Hello and welcome to Family Plus. Here we rebuild families. This week we're looking at baby mama. What do I mean by that? Would you keep it a secret if you have a child before marriage? Let's find out.
When you give a little of your attention, you will say society's mine. When you give a little of your attention.
I don't know what to do, Kate. I don't know what to do.
No, tell him. You can't hide this secret.
But I'm scared he might call off the marriage.
But it will be what if he finds out after the wedding? You can't hide the child from your husband to be. And your past cannot speak against you. Huh? If he loves you, the marriage will still go on. Do you know that? It is better to tell him the truth that you have a child than to hide it. And he finds out it will be worse. My friend, tell him. Come.
Yes, dear. Yes. I am with Kate. Can I see you tonight? Yes, later tonight. No, nothing much. Just... Okay, dear. Okay. I will tell him.
Better.
I'll tell him.
Better. That's nice, eh? That's my friend. It's better. It's good. Just take it easy. It will be okay, eh?
Thank you.
It will be okay.
Hello, my name is Angel McDestiny, and this is Family Plus. Now, today we're going to go to the streets to find out what our viewers think about the wonderful thing they saw on TV today. Please come with me. Hi, viewers at home, we're still on the streets. Now we're going to find out about a couple who want to get married, and the girl actually has a child before they met. Now, is the young man going to reject her, so to speak? He said he professes he loves her, so he should be able to accept the child, or he's going to tell her to take the child back to her parents. So we're going to find out from this young man what his take is on that.
Actually, I will ask her, the father of the child, and if she said that he did not have father, I will accept it as my own child and also marry her since I love her already. And it's the love that will make me to admit the child as my son or as my daughter, and also marry her same time.
That's very good to do. You can see what he said. He said he doesn't care whether she has a child before he met him. The most important thing is that he loves her, and even though whoever the father of the child is doesn't care about the child, that he is ready to also be a father to the child. Thank you very much about that. We're still going to go back to the street and find out what others have to say about this. Please come along with us. Alright, we're still on the street, and here our beautiful auntie has to answer us this question. If a couple has a child outside marriage, should the marriage still go on? Should they love the child? Should the child be sent back to the girl's mother or to the father's mother? So let's hear from her.
Well, that's a good question. Now, this lady had a child before getting married. Well, before she got married, the real thing was for her to explain to the husband that she already had a child, and that child needs to be cared for, since the man, the biological father, is nowhere to take care of the child. So if the two of them agree, of course, they should agree and take care of that child, because that child cannot be allowed to waste. The child will be a good asset to humanity, yes, because God has endowed each child brought to the world with a very precious gift which will be useful to humanity. So the child, my opinion is that the husband, the one to marry the lady, or who has married the lady rightly, should agree with the wife, and they take that child and take good care of her and train her. the child might even be the one to take care of them, very good care of them at old age. So my opinion is that child should not be abandoned, but there has to be an agreement.
Thank you very much, Ma. You can hear what she said, that the child needs to be cared for. It is not the child's fault that the child came into the world at the circumstance he did. So it is the responsibility of both couples to care for the child, love for the child, and let the child fulfill his or her purpose on earth. So let's still go back to the streets and find out whether people have other opinions on this. Please come along with us.
When you give a little of your attention, you will say society's mine. When you give a little of your attention.
Honestly, sometimes it's difficult to comprehend, but I understand the fear of the young woman. Probably he might call off the marriage, but that's not a reason to keep that kind of secret. It's such a big secret to hold back from somebody you're intending to marry. But the first time, what do you think? Would you keep that kind of secret? You have a child, you're about to marry somebody, whether a man or a woman, and then you don't want to tell them that this is, where you've been.
I think that's a very dangerous angle to looking at this issue. You should be open. What are you hiding? Because in the past, it's a different scenario if you're in a marriage and you have a child outside. It's a different scenario, but this one happened in your past. I mean, you should be able to open up early enough in the marriage.
In the marriage or before the marriage?
Before the marriage, because it begins to talk about your sincerity, how open you can be, or how secretive you can be either way. So I think it's just simple to let your spouse know that you had a child, you have a child.
Yeah, but I also find it a bit worrisome because sometimes you actually open up to telling this person is about this situation and somehow the marriage is called off.
Yeah, it's better we call the marriage off than for the person to discover later. Now, it's a funny and tricky situation because here you are, you didn't mention this to the person, and in this marriage, there's delay in conception, for instance. Yeah, that gets it worse because the person now discovers. How do you begin to convince that person that the other child or the mother of that child is not responsible because she always wanted to be here? So it can be complicated.
It's complicated, yeah. It's really complicated. So when we advocated that nobody should actually hold your past against you, whether male or female, because I know that a lot of young guys out there, some of them have kids and they're about to marry, and they don't want to tell the woman they're marrying. This is the situation, and vice versa. In the little piece we saw, the young lady was so scared about telling her husband to be about her past. I don't think anybody should hold your past against you. And if they want to do that, then I don't think they are right for you. That's the way I want to draw the conclusion. You should be able to open up to whoever you're getting into marriage with, because it's a lifelong relationship. It's not something you're doing just for a brief period of time. So it's important that you let them into your past. Even though some people advocate that not everything you say.
Well, not everything you say, but you see, if the person discovers along the line, you create a situation where distrust has entered into the relationship, because the person has a right to ask, what else could this person have hidden or is hiding from me?
That's the point.
Yes.
That's the point. If you can hide something as weighty as a child, a human being, a whole human being, you hide it away from your spouse, then that's really heavy. If I were in that situation, the moment I find out about that circumstance, then I put a big question to our marriage, and I get very jittery. I start asking myself, what else could this man be keeping away from me? And no matter how much you try to convince the person that I don't have anything else, that I'm hiding away from you, it's difficult to believe. So in Family Plus, we're saying, don't do that. If you fall into the category of having a secret that you have not yet let open, what would you do?
Tell it all as much as you possibly can. But again, it's tricky because you have to know your spouses.
How to manage the situation.
Yeah, but in any case, be open.
Be open. But for those of us who are yet to get into marriage and you have a situation like this, Family Plus is saying, open up to that person you want to marry. There's really no reason for you to keep a secret. Absolutely no reason. Because that will, form a very big dent in your marriage in the future. So open up the secret to the person. Let the person know. If he loves you, he will love the child. He will also, look away from your past because you are definitely a different person now. Anything else you'd like to say about this?
Not quite, but please, as much as possible, don't be secretive.
Alright, this is Family Plus and we're rebuilding families. Please keep your family intact. It's very important.